What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. I'm sure by now most of you guys know that Urs Kalashinsky just won his men's open debut. And I'm gonna start this video by admitting that I was 100% wrong about Urs, because I thought the max he could do was to place top 3. And I did not even think for 1 second that he could win this show. I mean, he was a classic kid who did not have a proper off-season. And yes, I know he had an off-season, but that wasn't to become an open bodybuilder. The only reason he switched over from classic into the open was because he was only left with that option. He could not fit into the classic physique criteria anymore. And that was of course because of that weight cap. So who would have thought that Urs will come in looking harder, more drier, and also more fuller than all of these veterans of the men's open bodybuilding, and just smash them all at their own game. So Urs's win in Italy, that has to be one of the greatest victories in the recent past, and you have got to give it to Chris Bumstead. So first, have a look at his reaction on Urs's huge victory, and then reminding all of these men's open guys that if Urs achieved this unprepared, just imagine how high his ceiling would be when he takes a full off season to eat and grow like an open bodybuilder to be among the big boys. He's gonna become very dangerous, especially if he puts on more muscle and more width in the upper half, and that too front to back. So he was giving a young Marcus Rule vibes last night at Yamamoto Cup, and some people even saw him looking very reminiscent of the young Dorian Yates. And this is such a great example of what happens when a genetic freak allows his body to grow to get bigger and to go where it wants to go. So right now Urs is trending all over the bodybuilding media, and I found Hunter Labrada's reaction to Urs's win last night the most funny and the epic one.
Guys, steak night for the boys, coming in hot. I'm being molested.
So what really was so positive to see was all these men's open guys who are gonna be competing against Urs very soon at the upcoming Mr. Olympia. Guys like Regan, Jordan Hutchinson, they all congratulated him publicly by posting all these stories. And just looking at these transformations of Urs from classic to now in the men's open, that just goes to show you how much he was holding back and how everything, the arms, the back, they doubled in size. And same can be said about his quads too. Now maybe some people out there, they're gonna find it kind of disrespectful that he's being compared to the legend and one of the greatest Olympia of all time, Dorian Yates. But you have to look at this comparison to see it for yourself. And if Urs can add more thickness and more density, especially in his back, more specifically in his lower back, he's gonna be so much more dangerous. So first, it was Chris Bumstead last year in Prague, and now it's Urs paving the path for some of these other top classic physique competitors who are stuck with that same physique year after year because of that weight cap. So this win is definitely gonna motivate a lot of these guys, including Ramondino, to think about switching over and try his luck in the men's open bodybuilding. So a huge congratulations to Urs. It's a great day for bodybuilding, as we now have another great storyline going into this year's Mr. Olympia. But wait, do you guys realize that Urs has already committed to doing the upcoming Germany Pro? So this could be back-to-back wins for him. So the Germany Pro show that is already sold out. And imagine the kind of support Urs is gonna have in his hometown and in his country. So can anyone out there confirm how much money Urs got on winning this show? Because it says $10. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. Now let's talk about Quinton Beastwood, the guy who was the obvious favorite coming into this show, and I think it would have hurt a lot losing to a former classic guy. So this was undoubtedly Quinton's best look to date, and yet that still wasn't enough to win a show and qualify for the Olympia. So as great of a genetic potential that Quinton is, we must admit that he still needs more size and more muscle, especially in that lower body. He was clearly getting exposed, standing next to Urs, especially in those back shots, and this has always been the case with Quinton. He looks so massive during the off-season, but when he gets really shredded, he loses a bit of volume and size on that quad sweep and from the back too. Now don't get me wrong, it was an awesome package by Quinton, and if Urs hadn't spoiled the party, Quinton would have been an Olympia qualified athlete by now. But it is what it is. Now that being said, I do have a valid question here. Did you guys see those massive improvements in Quinton's physique that Samson Dauda was referring to during their training camp together? So Marc Hector placed a respectable third. So hopefully he's also doing this upcoming Germany Pro, because that is a very dangerous bodybuilder. And if only his quads were more separated, he probably would have won this show. And he can make a case for him winning these upcoming shows if he can come in a bit more conditioned and bring a bit more detail. So he has a massive advantage over all these other guys in terms of the depth and the detail in his chest and shoulder. And at one point at the prejudging, it kind of seemed like that Urs and Marc, they were fighting for the top spot. Plus the fact is Marc is very complete, front to back, top to bottom. So he can be very dangerous at this upcoming Germany Pro show. So Sergio Oliva Jr. came in fourth and he looked absolutely pissed. So this wasn't a great look by Sergio at all. Not a great peak either. His waist was looking wider, quads from the front, they were looking a bit weird. So he had no V-taper going on. And most importantly, he looked kind of soft and also very watery. So we have a very valid question to ask here. Was Sergio stuck in his career because his former coach Chris Aceto, he was unable to peak him 100%? Or is it the max his physique can do or can offer, as this was his second show with Stefan, and this was arguably the least impressive version of Sergio to step on a bodybuilding stage throughout his career? The fact is he did not recover that well. After losing to Sean Carida and Regan Grimes back in the day, when Sean was quote-unquote the small guy in that lineup. So I do not know how he's gonna recover after losing this show to a classic guy who did not even plan on doing men's open until he was just a few weeks out. So Sergio probably is gonna have one more chance to fix some things for this upcoming Germany Pro, and if the results are same, he should probably choose the path that John De Rosa chose, realizing when to walk away from the sport with your health intact, and that is a great blessing too. So Louis Breed made it into that top 5, purely based on that rock hard and granite conditioning. And we kind of saw that coming, based on that initial prejudging impression. He's a type of physique that is gonna make you look soft, even if you are just a tiny bit off. So Matthias Holbeck, he came in 6th, beating a bunch of very good guys like Theo Lagverrier, Tim Bodesham, Emir, and that is a very good placing for him. So let me know what you guys think about the results of this year's Yamamoto Cup. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.